Test. Okay, what did you change? Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome to the Hungarian Grand Prix. It is time for round 8 of this GP2 season. I am your lead commentator, Robert Ionescu, and unfortunately today Danny couldn't make it. So instead, I am set by someone who says he's going to die today, Rahul Patel. Hello, Rahul.
Hello.
How are you doing? Are you anxious about today's race?
I'm anxious mainly because of where I started, knowing how others did in previous seasons. Not
All
looking
right.
good.
Well,
But
in any
I
case,
just
we're just
hope
going to get
it
yourself some
goes
water.
okay. Hope it goes okay.
Yeah. Now then, there has been a change made to the track. We'll talk about it when we get to it. But actually, we'll talk
Or
about it
we
now. Let's get
may
to it
shall
now.
will see it. Quote.
Nah, I think I'm going to reveal it. Some of the curbs have been given a different coloring scheme for today's race. So that will be that. But
Uh,
yeah, last time out, Lorenzo Tomaselli, the man who got so many front row starts last season, finally got back on pole position, and it's his third career pole. But I don't even know how many front row start, and he'll be starting the front row once again. We need to get Flo back before we can read the rest of the grid for you guys. I hope you understand.
Yep, indeed.
Anyway, uh, also in other news, we've had some driver announcements today for the top class. For Mercedes, we had Franco Lopez and Armarca being retained to the surprise of literally nobody, not even to Hinaldi Tilly. Surprise. Hinaldi Tilly thought he might have a chance, but no, absolutely not, because that guy never even signed up to anywhere. So yeah, it was Khan Lopez being retained without any opposition whatsoever. Then we had the Ferrari announcement, which was Jake Galloway, which might have been a surprise if you didn't pay attention to the signups, but if you paid attention to the signups, it was a given. Also, a given was Kirshman de Rosa staying at McLaren, and the one other announcement was Felix Sontag staying at Williams. Like I said, no real surprises, though I think Hinaldi Tilly and Nick Tander might be feeling a little bit disappointed. What do you
Yes.
think? Well, those guys should race in some tiers if they want seats. That's my advice.
Yes.
Well, in any case, I believe Flo has returned. So, without further ado, let's get ready for today's race, shall we? What did you think of yesterday's qualifying session, Ra?
Pretty much exciting, but also some parts can be costly. But anyway, it is what it is.
And
But the race is
oh,
more important.
okay, well said. Well, it was an interesting session. Renzo Tomaselli pipped Jesus Perina to pole by 5/1000 of a second. 5/1000 of a second made a difference, and 4 points went into Tomaselli's account. He's got climbed up a couple of places as a result of that. Like I said, Pernian starts in second with Adam Chobot, looking to get his season back on the right path. Man fourth in the championship. Hopes to get a point score better than seventh, starting from further down the grid. Ruslan Project, who won here last season, is P4 on the grid this time. Let's see if he can make it 2 Hungaroring wins in a row,
You
or
can
if
do
somebody
the
else
next
will away
row.
from him. Are you sure you want to
Yes.
do it?
Yes. Do it.
Come on, that's not fair. You have to do it.
Do it. Okay, the man
Okay.
who's gonna die is gonna start fifth, followed by Henry Watson in sixth. And then we have a trident fourth row of Aaron Curtis in seventh and Joel Watterson in eighth.
Yes. Afterwards, we have Evan Burns' favorite driver in ninth, that is Max Killen. He's followed by Santino Andreoli in P10 in the Prima, beating his teammate. Then we have the two teammates on the HWA of Nicholas Zorbach and Alex Broster.
Yeah, and we have Dennis Graff in the Dams in 13th, followed by Henderson Anome in the Carlin in 14th, followed by Gabriel Quintino in 15th in the Campos, and Hong Mendigo in well, the runner-up, second in the championship at the moment in 16th. Not the best
Well,
qualifying
he's gonna
session for
climb
him.
20 points for us to take that championship lead. Looks unlikely he'll take it today, but he's gonna try to score. Joseph Frederick Soto, and if Benz is watching, I hope you get that name right, is in P17 on the grid. Behind him is Vojta Kulisec, uh, another fellow another fellow person from from former Czechoslovakia. Then we have Kyle Burns in the Czech car in the Charouz P19. After after two very solid results, Burns is not on the right track right now. Benz Wallinger is in P20 in his home race.
Yet, in the last row of the grid, we have Luca Farina and Mohamed Utsman Hamid.
Yes, indeed. The guys who finished first and second in Nürburgring are not exactly doing too well here. We have 42 laps for them to rectify their poor grid positions. And those 42 laps are going to be raced under what sort of conditions? It's time to check.
And it is.
Well, it is going to start dry, but there's only about a 30% chance of some light rain later on in this race. So keep your eyes peeled for that. But without further ado, it is time to begin, and I'm going to tell you that some of the curbs have been painted in Ukrainian flag colors as a show of support, of course. So there's that, and you can see right
And
here
this as well.
the loading screen as well, Slava Ukraini, and we're gonna get going with this race right now. Who's going to take the victory? Just watch out. Can Tomaselli hold on to P1, or will he be passed by Perignon before he even get to the first corner? It's time to begin, and Tomaselli's got 26 laps in his wagon already. Now we got 4 lights, 5 lights, and now we have 0 lights. We are racing. It's a good launch from Perignon. I think Tomaselli might be getting some good traction here. Yeah, look, he's defending P1 right now, doing quite well.
Already.
Chobot has made up some ground. He's gonna try to attack around the outside. Yeah, he's got past Perignon.
Oh, and there's
Ooh,
a
there's been
collision
a
at the
massive
background.
collision
Watson's
behind.
involved,
Here's
Curtis
the
involved,
Praise have been involved.
Senanome.
Zorbak's lost the rear wing. Senome is in trouble as well. And Burns has made up a couple of places. There are many cars with damage right now. Tomaselli continues to lead. Perignon's lost the place though. Watso in a world of hurt right now. Burns doesn't have any damage. He climbs up into a level. Brilliant start.
Yep, indeed, Thomas Howling holding off Chobot.
He's
He's
struggling
up to
already with
second.
grip, but he is filled quite heavy, as learns Tomaselli. Meanwhile, Graf overtakes the HW of Zorbach, who gets almost hit from the back by Kulisec, who is now racing side by side with Andreoli into turn 5. This could be very tricky. Andreoli somehow holds her on the outside. Meanwhile, look at this. Brosko is doing something he shouldn't be trying to do. He's trying to pass the damaged cars. And one of those damaged cars is the championship leader, Rank Curtis, is it not?
Yeah, I think it is. It is. I think. And
Meanwhile,
Chobot
look
going
at
for the
this. Into
lead.
turn 12. Chobot tried to go for a move there, but it's looking very unlikely. In any case, he is on the attack as Suto makes a move on the stricken car of Watson. Well, not stricken, but for all intents and purposes, useless car of Watson. Meanwhile, Valdinger. How did not Jolie drop down so many places and now behind his teammate? Has he made a mistake somewhere? I think he must have made a mistake into
Oh,
turn
Farina
5.
sends in.
As
He's got the
Farina makes a
move.
move on him. Yeah, but we need to take a look back at Angelli because that's
I
not where
think
he
he
was
had to
initially.
slow down.
It
He had
wasn't
to
here the
slow down
move.
with colliding
Can we
cars.
check if he's made a mistake in turn 5? Because Andreoli lost a lot of positions. We need to take a look at what happened. He also had that crash at the start.
So I don't think it's anything to do with a mistake. It's just him being held up. We'll see again,
You
of
don't lose
course.
you don't lose 7 places from being held up, so it must have been something else. In any case, we're gonna look at
Well,
what
the
happened to
collision did
Andreoli.
happen pretty much right in front of him, so I assume. He didn't
We're
have the
taking another look.
best of starts. Ooh, he
Oh,
got
he got
hit,
punted from behind by
and
not
he
by
was
Zorbach, by
lucky.
Broster, and Broster's shenanigans led to his teammate losing his rear wing.
And he was lucky he didn't get any damage, Andreoli.
Oh, that's how he dropped to 17th. I know he was battling some guys. But into turn 5, I think he was side by side with somebody. Was he not?
He would have still gained places from it, but he still lost more.
Yeah, indeed. Quite a hectic first lap. And Curtis once again uh, taking damage to turn 1 Hungaroring. This track is not doing him many favors. Zorbach, I'm afraid his chances of points have gone down quite significantly.
Chobot's
But
actually taking the lead, it seems.
yeah, he's
Yes, he
taking it on.
has.
Almost unseen by the cameras, but I want to see what happened to Angelli at turn 5. In any case,
Um,
Chobot is up into the lead. He's overtaken Tomaselli.
Protsy.
He's fueled about 4 laps later or
Protsy's
so.
got ahead of Brennan.
Yes, he has. And Ruslan Protsuk is already back on the podium, the former race winner here.
Then he's trying to
I
go
should
for
say
the move on Tomaselli for second.
that's incredibly bold. Meanwhile, I really want to look at what's going on with Angelli because he's made the move back past Farina. Person Zorbach and the others have come into the pits meanwhile. We're not gonna get a replay of this, are we?
Nope. There is a queue behind Protyk, of course. But that queue could spread out. Of
Well,
course.
Angelli is back at turn 5 and we're never gonna know what's happened to him there. Or are we? No, we are gonna look now.
Yeah, he made the move into turn 1, got great speed, and he was ahead.
Yeah, but what happened on the previous lap, we'll never know.
He just got held up by his damaged cars. It's just basically damage. And look at that, Watson trying to go for the move on Patel for 5th
Well, I
place.
had a little look into turn 12, but you need to be extremely bold to pull something like that off. You need
Patel
to
dropping
have
back a
guns like Luca
little bit
Farina.
from his teammate, but I mean, typical.
Here goes Valniger sitting behind Hamid. Hamid's turning last, don't forget, he is now 15th as Alam Chobot sets a new fastest lap.
And
Okay,
we
he's
need
here
to
to
go
win
on
a race, of
Protyk
course.
and Tomaselli there side by side, and there's Watson on
Watching Watson
Patel.
behind, and we got some overtakes. Protsuk up into second, Watson up into 5th.
Yep.
Watson is having a good run of form. He finished in the top 6 at Silverstone, don't forget. So yeah, I think he'll be happy with that. You know, here at Quintino,
He
getting
took a
on the
wide
back of
line.
Patel, but it's gonna be impossible to get the job done at turn 4. There's no way through there. Look at Burns meanwhile, climbed 10 places up already.
Yep, indeed. Yes.
Yeah.
Now
Now Berian
Brennan.
is off the back of Tomaselli. Well, these guys lost a couple of places so far because they're on the front row. Now they're racing each other, and Berian has a clear fuel advantage. Tomaselli is going long in this race. That's gonna harm him with track position in the first stint.
Yeah, so it's going to be important for Brennan to get this move done.
Absolutely, but Obviously, you can't do that in Sector 3, it's too narrow, too tight, and you just need to hang about and be close enough to launch it down inside of turn 1. I don't think Berian will be close enough.
Yeah, but and also he's going to be under pressure from Joel Waterson from behind. I think Waterson's closer to him.
I don't think he's gaining enough,
He
no,
is,
definitely not.
but he won't make the move here.
No, there was no way he was going to try it.
Oh,
There's
lock
been a
up from
lot of
Tomaselli.
Tomaselli. He'll be under pressure now on the exit of one under towards 2. Berian could be very, very bold and try something, but he's not, stays nicely behind. But he's much closer now. If he can try something into turn 4, that could be a miracle. But
And
it
get out the
looks
dirt
like he
here was
can't.
pretty important. And there's Valdinger
He's
on
overtaken
Ahmed.
Hamid by all the Indonesian try to bounce back. He's got the inside for turn 2. However, he doesn't even need to shut the door. He knows he's got him. Next target, next person targeting on
Oh, there's an
Hamid
engine
Hungary.
failure from
And Suto's engine has
Suto.
blown already on lap 4.
Oh, and
He's
he's
been
been hit
tapped
by
from behind
Nguyen.
by Nguyen there. But that's a surprisingly early engine failure for just for Suto. The Formula E
Yeah,
runner-up
indeed.
is out this race already. The first retirement, because somehow nobody retired from that massive crash we had at the start, but that's going to be on the road for Suto today. And he may have won at Portimao, but the rest of the season has not been going well at all.
Not in the best. His season's been going downhill at the moment. Should he find something to
Yeah,
recover?
I don't think he did
We
anything
don't
wrong
know.
there. I
Yeah.
mean, engine failures. Yeah, the driver has no control over these. They just happen, and when they happen, you lose everything.
Yep, indeed. And now Perinen's on the move. And Patel's trying to fight back on Watterson. He's on the inside.
He
And
squeezed
he's
through
back ahead.
somehow, and his teammate is up into into third just about now. But Tomaselli will try to bounce back with the inside line, and Tomaselli's got the place back. Good counterattack. He's up with a
That
little bit
was,
of luck. His teammate
of
has
course,
a
the
yellow
yellow
flag
flag
for
is
Suto there,
that's Prosciutto, of course, and the wheel is
and
pretty
it looks like
on
he's
the track,
crashed it
but
into
it's
the
fine.
wall.
No. Where is he? Yeah, I think he has. Yeah.
Well,
He's
there's no
crashed
way he
in the
will
wall.
come off without
Oh,
crashing.
there's
And
a
there's
crash.
another crash. Nguyen and no, not Nguyen. Broster and Skillen have crashed. I saw Nguyen's car, but it was still going. Wasn't in the wall.
Oh, Skillen went
Broster,
wide and went into Broster. Ah, that's very unlucky from Broster. I don't.
yeah, he
Skillen
can't
tried the
close.
defensive move. He went wide
He's,
and
he closed the door
literally
on him
turned in.
completely. My goodness me,
So I
that's
think it's a penalty. I do think it is, but if it's due to a mistake, then it ain't. But I think it is.
Flo never gives penalties for stuff like this.
Well, pretty much dangerous rejoin. But yeah, as you said, I
I
don't
don't.
think so.
Well, he never left
He
the
won't give
track.
it. And also, yeah, Joe's pointed out it's a glitch, so of course it won't be.
Well,
So
Skillen is out, and he
misunderstanding.
won't be too happy with that. Looks like he had a little bit of a slide. He was trying to correct it, and when he corrected, he just closed the door on Broster entirely, and
Right?
Broster was wiped out for no fault of his own.
He pretty much corrected it too much.
Yes,
So yeah,
and he corrected his position in this race from points to nothing.
yeah, and of course Thomas
Meanwhile,
Ali
take a look
holding up
at
a
this.
gag of cars now.
Well, he's fueled extremely heavy compared to the others, and he's holding up a train. Look, he's got 21.5 laps of fuel left. These guys have so much less. Brian has 6 laps less fuel, and that's a lot. That can be a big fuel advantage. Yellow flags are not out there anymore. Even though Suto's car is still there, nobody's gonna hit it. And
Like I
yeah,
said,
Brian is pressuring Tomaselli hard. He'll need to make the move at turn 1, otherwise he'll be vulnerable to Patel and the others behind.
but Patel's not
Rotsic
really
out since the
catching
fastest lap.
Brennan to that much, but
Well, speaking
Brennan
of
is a
catching,
lot
Brennan is
closer.
trying to catch up to Chobot, but let's see now how Brennan can make the move and get back that spot he held for a few seconds. Tomaselli isn't defending him at all, but even so, he stays in front. Brennan didn't seem incisive enough on the
There's a lockup
brakes.
from
Patel
Patel.
is under attack from Warson as Burns is up in 8th place. Let's take a look at Burns' volume. Meanwhile, he's attacking Nguyen. If Burns at the back, it's a great chance for Nguyen, and everyone else for that matter, to claw back some points. But right now, Nguyen is right outside the points. He's P11.
Yep,
Meanwhile, the
indeed.
leaders are separated by 1.6 seconds. Protsuk was over 2 seconds down earlier, so he's making some inroads. It'll be interesting to see how this battle develops. Wallinger definitely not close enough to back Beard, not by a long shot, and Nguyen will hold on to her position for another lap, at least.
Well, he
Meanwhile,
made a
look,
slight error there, but he was fine, of course.
track
Tomaselli
position.
literally parking the bus.
Track position is everything here. It doesn't matter how many errors you make as long as you keep it on the track.
Yeah.
So he is under a lot of pressure, but I don't see anyone sending it at turn 12.
Karenin could be under pressure from his teammate, but I highly doubt it.
Well, he's had a terrible exit from turn 12 there. Let's see if he can stay close enough to the back of Tomasai to benefit from some good slips from his Protsuk says he had another fastest lap. He's flying
And
right now. He's got 7 tenths on Trouble just in that last lap alone. Next lap, he'll be in target distance. He'll be within range, but now someone who's within range is Pernian. For times the charm, perhaps can get Tomasai this time, or will he break early
if he can
again?
break later, then yes.
Well, he did
Easy
break
ahead,
later.
just
He's got him
enough, but
initially,
Tomaselli
but
will have the
Tomasai's had a great
traction
exit. He's got very
and
good
the
traction. He's going
speed.
to do the same he did 2 laps ago. He's going to have the inside here. Can he stay in front? Side by side, they go into turn 2. But Bringen has to back out, and Tomaselli is defending brilliantly so far today.
Yeah, indeed.
Now then, we need to jump up to the leaders. They got a major gap. Look at the minimap.
Full lock up from Burns.
Yeah, indeed. 11 seconds already. These two guys are in a whole different league right now. Chabot and Brodsuk are, and I think
I
Brodsuk even more so. He's cut the gap massively.
can I just say I think the gap is so big because of Tomaselli
Yeah,
being
Yeah,
so
obviously, but
slow.
of course.
in any case, Brodsuk had to look down to turn 12. He's definitely feeling feisty right now. He's gonna try to get Chabot in towards turn 1. And don't forget, he won here before. He knows what it's like. He's gonna try to get it done again. Contino in the meantime can't seem to overtake Burns, but he might get an overtake right here. Brodsuk is on the move, and what will Chabot do to defend? He's not defending the inside. He's gonna try to position himself to have a better exit and fight back. Brodsuk has got him initially, but Chabot is still there. Look, yeah, he's got him on exit. Good counter, and Chabot holds onto the position. Great driving. As
Patel
now
under
Larson
pressure.
switches, makes a late move to attack Patel, but Patel stays
That
in
was a
front.
lock up
Meanwhile,
from
Tomaselli
Tomaselli.
had a lockup. He'll be under pressure from Perry now on the run towards turn 2 for sure. Meanwhile, Dennis Graf has gone to the back of this train. He's in P9. Perrian, however, his own exit was also harmed with Tomaselli's lockup. He couldn't quite maximize the traction. He couldn't take the position. But some great battling through the back. Not just in this battle, but also in the battle for the lead. I have to say that was some great defending from Chobot, don't you think?
Yeah, we need Brennan making a lock up,
Into
making a
turn
mistake.
4, he's definitely feeling pressure, not just from Tomasek, but also from the guys behind. There might be some team orders in the Virtual Garage, I don't know. Don't forget this team has been on the podium 4 races in a row. Twice to Bernian and then twice to Patel. But is either one of them going to continue the streak today or not? We'll see. Well, if they want to continue that streak, they need to pass this guy first.
Yep, indeed.
I think Bernan is heavily damaging his tires like this in the dirty air and locking up. It's just helping Tomaselli's strategy. The longer he can keep these guys behind, the better. You know, Protsuk is struggling to overtake Trouble right now. He's nowhere near close enough to mount an attack. I assume he tried something to turn 12 and it failed. Now then, Perna is going to get another shot. He has to make it work this time, otherwise he'll be under a lot of pressure from the folks behind. Now then, here he goes. On in towards turn 1. Tomaselli can't cover the inside anymore. But Perna is not late enough on the brakes. He's gonna have to get him with the traction here. He's got him initially, but watch out because Tomasei is going to do the same thing again as the
Deja
inside for turn
vu.
2. It's gonna be down to who breaks the
All
latest.
around the
This time
outside,
Perna has
and it's
braked
through.
much
Brilliant.
later. Oh, that was a
Brilliant move.
very, very bold one. Tomaselli had made him work hard for that one, but he made it work. And Perna is up at the 3rd place. What a great overtake that was. Can we see a replay of that?
Yeah, that was a brilliant move around the outside from Jesus Brennan. He needed that overtake, and he fought it well.
Yeah, indeed. Tomaselli was brilliant on the brakes into 1 once again. But into 2, he just seemed to ease off a little bit. He didn't think Perna would actually go for it. Because Tomaselli had the advantage with the inside line here. Perna was being squished to the edge of the track, but that didn't deter him a single bit.
Yep, indeed.
Kinda reminds me like Verstappen's start in Mexico last year, braking so confidently and aggressively. But he's got that position done and he'll be very happy with that. And he can just pull away from Tomaselli. He'll have a gap to these guys, and he's already pulled away by a second.
Yeah, indeed.
Meanwhile, the two leaders are still battling it out there in the penultimate corner right now. Just shows what an immense gap they've got. Look at this, they might be catching up to some lap traffic in a couple of laps' time. Anyway, here goes Larson. On the back of Patel in towards turn 12. Had just a little look, but there was no way that was ever gonna work. Meanwhile, Vojta Kulisic just crept up to the back of his teammate and his Graf. So the two Damses are in this battle right now for P9, and not too far behind this train. Meanwhile, Patel is not keeping up with Tomaselli at all. Look, I'm under a lot of pressure from Warson. Warson is gonna attack, but Warson has something to worry about himself. It's Kyle Burns. Which one of these guys will make the overtake into turn 1? If any at all, Patel is going extremely defensive. Warson makes a late dive, and he's almost touched Patel there. Meanwhile, watch for Kulisic. He's diving through his teammate. Has he got him? No, he's not.
Yep, Kulisic. Backing out.
Ooh, Warson closing the door there on Burns like he didn't touch. But that was a close shave.
Yeah, indeed.
Meanwhile, Trotsuk is losing touch right now. With Adam Chabot. Gap is 1.1 second. He can't seem to close it any further.
Yep. Putting in 15.6 behind. That's how much time he's lost while trying to overtake Tomaselli.
Well, naturally, he's on a personal best right now. We'll see where the space is like. It's 1.6 in front of Tomaselli. He needs to increase that gap to solidify his hold on third in this race.
Yep. And Patel's not
Patel's gonna
closing
have
in
to
on
try to turn
Tomaselli.
12. But
Not
predictably,
gonna
that
work.
didn't
He's
work.
gonna be under pressure.
Warson had the outside, but that was a long shot, and he can get the overtake done. However, brilliant intuition there. If he just had him on the brakes, he got the position, but he clearly didn't feel as confident as Bernian did on the previous lap. Meanwhile,
Yep,
I think
indeed.
Warson might have to worry about Burns. Well, not really, because Burns has lost some time as well. Look, Burns is almost second down now. He's having to deal with Quintino. But Patel has finally caught up with Tomaselli. He's gonna have a shot. Tomaselli was very good on the brakes in turn 1 when battling Patel's teammate. Will Patel be prey to the same defense, or will get past him in the first shot?
We'll see.
Side by side they go. It's gonna be tight. Patel's got him initially. He's gonna have to do the same thing for and into turn 2. Who's gonna break later into 2 this time? Tomaselli holds on. Warson
Oh,
hits the back of
contact!
Patel and breaks his own front wing off. He chopped it off. Meanwhile, Quintino overtook Burns unseen by the cameras. But Warson caused his own incident there, really. Meanwhile, look at this. Graf and Kulisic are both making a move. Oh, on that damaged car, Warson. But what was he thinking there?
Yeah. Boston tried to go for a gap, which was always going to be shot by Patel. Pretty typical. But yeah, Patel pretty lucky not to lose a wheel.
Yeah, indeed. He was accelerating a bit too hard on the throttle there, and
That was actually not a glitch from the corner.
Oh wow.
yeah,
That
no,
is just pure luck. Jesus.
yeah, Patel got pushed wide there, but didn't take any damage. So yeah, the fight is gonna resume. But Warson, what was he thinking there?
I think
Was
Patel
definitely going for an
will
audacious
lose
dive trying to
time
do what
to
Pernian
Tomaselli,
did, but he
unfortunately.
completely failed.
Now Sinanome. Um. Okay,
What's
now
up?
this is funny because this is the second time those two have come together, but yeah, the other way around. Well, definitely not the other way around.
Did Prospect just take the lead and we didn't miss and we didn't see
Yeah,
it?
he has. We haven't even seen it.
My
What has
God,
happened?
where has he done that?
Oh, Jobot must have made. Yeah, he's made a mistake. He's
He's
made a
run 1 into
mistake.
11 there. Ah, that's a very, very
Oh,
costly one. Just a little bit too wide, and that's 2 seconds down the drain.
yeah, indeed.
Completely unforced error there, and it's cost Adam Chobot the race lead.
And of course they are pulling away from Perinin, but yeah, now Jobot's gonna lose
There's
time.
no need to even mention that, but yeah, it may seem very small, but when you're this close, very costly error from Chobot, and Pratuk's taking the lead without even trying.
Yeah, indeed.
Now it'll be interesting to see if he can pull away, or if the Slovak can unleash that pace he used to keep him behind, and stick close to him. It'll be interesting to see. You know, Perrin has increased his advantage to Tomaselli up to 4.6 seconds. Tomaselli and Patel will be back at it again for round 2, and this time with no Warson from behind. Warson is gonna pit. Meanwhile, Patel's gonna get another shot. at Tomaselli. Can get him into one, or will the Italian be late on the brakes as usual?
Looks a
Watch
little
Patel
close enough, and
behind.
he got him.
Patel's
That
got
was
him,
an
yeah,
easy move. It took him
indeed.
2 laps, pretty much 2 laps.
Meanwhile, Burns defends from the damp cars. And yeah, Patel got him much quicker than his teammate did. Kulisevich still on the back of Graf. These two guys were racing with Burns. They still are racing with Burns, but Burns has kept position. Larson, meanwhile, having his pit stop. This is not the first time he's made the clumsy error this season, I'm afraid. 9.6 second stop, but he hasn't even failed enough to go to the end either. So this race is
Well,
a complete write-off for Joe Larson. After some good finishes, yeah, I don't think he's gonna score today. I'm sorry.
yep, indeed. But to be fair, it is possible knowing the Tomaselli train.
Possible
And
doesn't
also
mean likely.
Nanome on Watso.
Watson goes very wide. A little bit too wide, perhaps. Sonoma is just taking the position. Watson still there, though, but he's not going to be able to send it. Meanwhile, something encouraging. Adam Chobot is keeping close to Protic as Quintino attacks Tomaselli. Well, he was very aggressive into 12, but he couldn't quite get him.
Of course, the defensive masterclass for Tomaselli. This man's a warrior.
Well, he will be quick in the last stint, I'm sure. Don't forget, but I also think another thing I don't want you guys to forget. Quintino himself is fueled rather heavy. Look, he's got 14 laps left.
You say similar pace. He's on the inside now, is Quintino.
Well, these guys have similar fuel, but Quintino is definitely quicker.
And of course, these two are teammates.
Making another move. Yes, indeed. So are these two.
Because they just through.
Tomaselli's been passed, and Kulisevich has made a pass. Meanwhile, Gurn holds on to P10 now, actually, not P11. That could be one very crucial point. But in any case, Protsuk, the gap is 8 tenths, so he's only pulling away marginally. I don't think he's happy with that. He needs to increase his pace if he wants to be certain of the win. But right now, I think it's doing good to increase to hold on to the lead. And speaking of increase his pace, he's just put 8 tenths on Chawat there, so I think he's
Especially on the
taking
personal best.
my advice. Yeah, this could be another fastest lap.
Yep, indeed.
Looks like the overcut could be particularly strong today. But we'll see with some Protsuk.
Would save Tomaselli's race.
Is that our fastest lap coming? Actually, no. It's not just Tomaselli though, other people are on his strategy, including Quintino, who just gone past him. Watch out here, and go in under attack from Wallinger to turn 12, but Hungarian couldn't make it work. He's gonna have to worry about his own teammate Andreoli behind. Meanwhile, Burns has got to the back of Tomaselli. He'll have a shot, but I think he might be a little bit too far back. We'll see. The slipstream though, who knows what he's gonna do. He's gaining the slipstream, but he's gonna be very audacious. Try to make anything work to turn 1. He's not even trying. And good on him for not doing it.
Now we have a Prima battle. Anjoli goes through.
I wouldn't even really call it a battle. Easy pass there.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Burns very close to back of Lorenzo Tomaselli, but he's caught him a little too late. You can't make any sort of move on the run turn 4. It's not impossible. Meanwhile, Protic has increased his pace even further, 4 tenths up on his personal best. If he keeps it up in sector 3, that'll be another fastest lap for sure. Chabot's being left in the
Lock up again for Tomaselli.
This is not doing his tires any good. He's gonna have to do at least 10 more laps on them.
Yep, indeed.
And they already don't look to be in the best shape.
And Protic
That is another fastest lap for some Protsuk. He's really gonna make it 2 wins in a row here, isn't he?
Yeah.
In any case, Pernian is just sitting tight. He's got P3. His teammate is 6.4 seconds down. Speaking of teammates, we almost have a little run in there between Anjoli and Wallinger. But thankfully they don't touch. Either way, this is good news for Nguyen. He's pulling away from these lot.
Yeah, indeed.
Looking at the minimap, Nguyen and the Co could actually be catching up to the little train we got in front. Yeah, gap's not too big.
Yeah.
2.6 seconds a gap. Meanwhile, Protic has a solid advantage, and it's looking good for him right now.
Yep, indeed it is.
We're at sector 1, but he doesn't have to push all the time. You need to be mindful about the tires as well. He's got 7 laps of fuel left. What was Chuba on again? I want to know. Hey,
Slightly heavier.
okay, so it won't be too much of a strategic difference, but there's something interesting. Chuba's got back at Danf. So I think either Portuguese stopped pushing or Chobot has started pushing. Meanwhile, Patel is being caught by Gabriel Quintino. We've still got 12 laps of field, just as much as Tomaselli. So I think it's not Tomaselli we should keep an eye out with the alternate strategy. It's Quintino. He's making a massive push.
Yep, indeed.
Meanwhile, Cal Burns, definitely not close enough to try anything in turn 12. They've been very audacious to do the Luca Farina move. Tomaselli stays on in P6. The Dempseys are not quite able to stay on Burns' gearbox. Meanwhile, Andrelli is cut back up to Nguyen quite rapidly, rather, and he's gonna have a great opportunity towards turn 1. Both these guys, you can see they're catching the Dempseys, but if they keep squabbling, they're not gonna gain that much time. So what are
I
these
think
two guys gonna
Burns
do?
is
Are they gonna
close.
tango,
Yes.
or are they gonna get closer to the others? Burns goes for a move, and he's got him.
Yep,
Looks like
he's up to
Tomaselli's
6.
defense has finally faltered. He can't do the same thing he did against Pernian anymore. Andrelli,
Andrelli's got
meanwhile,
past Nguyen.
starts passing went for P10. Burns did get the place there. He's gone up into 6th. And can we just say, Burns started from P19 on the grid. He's up to P6, having an incredible drive.
Yep, indeed.
It's gonna be 3 points finishes in a row, and some people said he was not gonna get more than 2 points finishes the entire season.
Anything can happen anyway.
Yeah, indeed. Tomaselli's now gonna have to deal with the two Damps drivers. Meanwhile, Chabot has lost a few further few tenths to Brodsuk. He has 2.9 seconds. We're gonna get another update momentarily. Personal best actually for Chabot. He's got back at 10th in that last sector, but overall, I think Brodsuk is still faster than he can muster. What do you think?
Yeah, and again, Gruff right behind Kutsich once again. He's still battling for 8th, while they're catching up to Tomaselli.
Alright. Looks like Min is actually gonna go sleep now, so good night. But in any case, I just seen Flo's message, but in any case, yeah. Graf is in P9 right now. He's rather lonely. He's only got his teammate and Tomaselli to tango with right now. But I'm sure he could be catching up soon enough. 2.6 meanwhile, Chobot is finally responding after that mistake. The gap has been cut further more. Maybe Protic is starting to run out of tire grip, who knows? What do you think?
Yeah, he could run out of tire grip, as you said. We'll see what can happen once they make the pit stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't forget, Chobot's tires will be 1 lap fresher, or 2, depending on when he pits. But Protuk has just decided to flex his muscle once again. That's a massive fastest lap. He's beaten the previous fastest lap by 3 tenths. Now the gap has grown all of a sudden to 4.2 seconds. So what has he decided to drink there? Listen, Protuk has found a lot of pace all of a sudden once again.
He's been drinking Red Bull.
In the car.
Yes.
Okay.
You can
Well, in
just
any
tell
case,
by the livery.
yes, in any case, he's gonna catch onto the back of Nicholas Zorbach soon, and that might impede him. He's actually lost 2 tenths to the first sector there. And even though he lost 2 tenths, he set a personal best in S1, so looks like Chobot is particularly strong in the first sector.
Yep, indeed.
But we'll keep an eye on Russian Project because the middle sector should be his specialty. This is where he gains the most time. How much is he gonna gain now? There's 6 tenths down in his personal best. But he's caught those 2 tenths right back up again.
Yep, indeed, he has.
But if he doesn't lap Zorbach soon, he might lose some of that advantage that he's worked so hard to build.
Yeah.
Well, he's not close enough to attack
He's
Zorbach.
gonna pit this lap.
Yeah, he's gonna come in. And quite a successful stint, though Chobot did claw back 4 tenths in that last sector. So I think Chobot is finally awakening some form of pace. Could be interesting. I don't think the fight for the win is settled by any means yet for Hull. What do you think?
Yeah, it's not over yet.
Chabot will come in a lap or two's time.
I'm predicting next lap, but we'll see.
Yeah,
Brennan is in, by the way.
I
Here's
think
Brennan in the pits.
it would be more beneficial for Chabot to pit in 2 laps time. You get a 2-lap overcut, but it's his team's decision.
We
But
could
I'll
have a
to
battle
look
for the
into third as a result
podium.
of his teammate pitting. But in any
Yeah.
case, Benyan, I wonder where he's going to merge. Probably around about P12 or something like that. We will
Kulisic is
see.
also in, by the way.
Yes, he is.
He's
And the
behind
race leader will
Hamid.
come in as well. Curtis, meanwhile, is onto the back of, I think that was
8.9.
Watzel, 8.9, not so great for Kulisic. He might be getting jumped by some people.
Is there any more pit calls for other drivers?
And look who he's come out
Except for the
behind. It's Joel Warson. The Warson
Yes.
isn't fueled to the end, unlike the Czech driver.
Yeah, indeed. Meanwhile, Protsuk is in. We'll be wondering. I think he will come out ahead of Patel, but and also Quintino, but we will see what happens. That is
Yeah,
if
indeed.
Patel pits. 26 laps of fuel. The pit stop time 8.1.
8.1, that's woefully slow. Could cost him a little bit, but I think he will still hold on to the lead. 26 laps of fuel, and he's already
Of
emerged in
course.
second, so no need to worry about any sort of traffic. Now
Yeah,
then,
indeed.
Williams come
Going in. When Pernant caught up to Hamid. And yeah, he has.
Yes.
Must have, but anyway. No, not really, actually, sorry.
Well, in any case, Glenn is into the pits right now, and his stop, what's it gonna be like? He definitely needs to get a point or two in this race, but Willie, it's another question. 7.8, best we've seen so far. Patel, meanwhile, is so
He's
personal
probably
best in
pitting
first sector.
Quintino at the moment.
He's gonna pit next lap most likely. But what about the race leader Adam Chabot? Zorbak has just come in, so he won't be impeding the Slovak.
Yep,
Chabot
here
stays out another
comes
lap,
Zorbak.
so he's definitely going aggressive with an overcut. To try to get better Protsuk. Meanwhile, Zorbak, how long is his stop gonna be? 7.5, faster than we've seen anything else we've seen so far. So
He
stuff's
has,
not getting
though.
faster. Oh, and look where he emerges, right in front of Protsuk. So Protsuk is gonna have to lap him on track. This will not be good news for him. It'll be great news from Chabot, though. What do you think?
Yeah, indeed, it should be good news for him as Adrioli is now in the pits.
Yeah, indeed, at the halfway mark of this race. Rahul, I won't do a post-race interview with you this time, by the way.
Well, of course.
In any case, 25 laps of fuel. Farina was in a battle there. I'm not even sure with whom. Was it with Curtis or
8.8-second pit
it
stop.
was with Curtis? Yeah.
And Curtis is coming in. And Patel is
Yes,
also
yes.
coming in.
Meanwhile, look at this. Protsuk is being impeded majorly by Zorbak just as Chabot just comes in. The gap was about 4 seconds. That could shrink a lot thanks to Nicholas Zorbak. Protsuk makes the move. He's lapped him, but he's lost a lot of time doing that. It'll be interesting to see where these two guys emerge in relation to each other. Chabot lost the lead thanks to a mistake, but he might yet get it back.
We'll see. What is it?
8.4 with
8.4.
that stop, it's gonna be trickier for him. But it will be much closer in 4 seconds anyway. There goes Protsuk, he should still be in the lead. Yes, he is, but only just.
Patel coming into the pits.
If
Frees up
Chabot had a
Quintino.
faster stop, he might have actually been able to get him. But yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Don't
Burns also
forget
in.
though, Chabot emerged behind Zorbak.
Yep.
But yes, Patel is in. 8.6
8.6.
seconds, so there's
Bollinger
that.
also in.
Yeah, Vollinger's in as well.
Ferdinand does go for it anyway. He is way ahead of Patel, of course. Patel rejoining
Obviously.
clear air in 8th.
Quintino has taken third for now, though, and he'll be staying out a little longer. Might be able to jump Patel without passing him on track. It'll be interesting for his overcut if he can make it work. Burns has also rejoined there, behind Patel. Not too far behind, though, 5 seconds. He might be trying to jump some people. Meanwhile,
Yeah,
Nguyen has jumped Andreoli. So interesting food for thought there.
but he is behind Bollinger, of course.
Yeah, Sinonoi has just come in. 6.8 quickest stop of the day. As now Warson is stuck behind Kyle Burns. Warson, they made a mistake. He made a mistake with that collision, and his team made a mistake by not filling him to the end. Pitting once again on a track like this is not going to be beneficial. Meanwhile, it looks like Chobot has lapped Zorbach. The gap is 3 seconds, so he's only getting the second as a result of the pit stop stages. Chobot now,
Jefferson.
Chobot now has tire advantage, and he no longer has a fuel disadvantage, so it's going to be up to him to hunt down Protsuk for the win. Meanwhile, Warson still stuck behind Burns. Androlian and Gwen are battling for 13th, unlucky for some, but Warson it'll be a while before he pits, so he will impede these guys as Dennis Gruff comes in. 23 laps of fuel, and the 8.3 second stop, that's not particularly good. And where will he be in relation to his teammate with the Pulisic? I think he might be in front narrowly.
Yeah,
Yeah, just about. He is in front, albeit that slow stop. And we've got a few people yet to pit, of course. One of them being Lorenzo Tomaselli, who has been on that heavy strategy since the start of this race. Meanwhile, Zorbach is keeping up with Chobot, but obviously, I don't think he'll want to unlap himself. Graf is in P10 there, you can see just there. Bernian in P6 right now, but that'll turn into P3 once everybody makes their pit stops. Chobot is
Yep.
3.8, he's actually not getting on prods, so maybe needs to get some more temperature in those tires.
yeah.
3.5, he's got 3 tenths down in the last sector, so I think he's definitely starting to push a bit. 19 laps to go, there's still plenty of time, the race win can still
Curtis.
come back to Adam Chobot, but it won't come back easily, he's gonna have to push a lot. We have Curtis in the meantime, and you
For a
have
second, I thought he
Androli.
locked up, so yeah.
Androli is attacking Glenn, but he can't get anything done here now into turn 12. He's not looking for Arena by a long shot. 3.2, I just noticed in the corner of my eye. Chobot has got another 3 times Broadsuk, so he's pushing quite well. But if he can sustain this forever or not, it'll be interesting to see. But I think Adam Chobot is still a contender for the race win. Absolutely is. Meanwhile, here goes Andreoli attacking Glenn. Can get through on him into turn 1. Yes, he can. And that's the man second in the championship down another spot as the championship leader. Might end up just 1 place behind him if he passes Farina, but he won't pass Farina here.
Unfortunately for him.
Meanwhile, it looks like Ruslan Protsuk is capturing some traffic in the name of Henry Watzel, as Chobot has cut the gap down by another 2 tenths, so it's now 3 seconds exactly. As Gabriel
Quintino
Quintino
now
comes
in.
into the pits, we'll be expecting Tomaselli in soon, maybe next lap.
Yep,
Yeah, next lap.
indeed.
But here comes Gabriel Quintino, and he's been on these tires for quite a long time. Now he's gonna get some fresh tires and some fuel, and he's gonna go pushing. He's gonna try to chase after Virtuosis, I'm sure. Maybe he'll even jump Patel here, in which case he only has to chase after Pernian. But we'll see. 6.4,
Yeah, I
that's
think
an
he's
incredible
likely to jump
stop.
Patel.
He's absolutely gonna jump him. He's gonna have no one between himself and his Pernian. Let's see though. Yeah, that's an overcut. And what an incredible strategy.
The overcut completely worked for him.
That's gonna translate into P4 once everybody's
Yeah.
done with the pit stops. Meanwhile, Gwen is not done yet. May have been passed by Anjoli a lap ago, but he's trying to come back at him.
He
Thought
thought
about
about it.
sending it there for a second, but he had to back out. Protsuk puts a lap on Watzel, as his teammate is Hamid going to be pitting at the end of this lap. We saw that red indicator, which can only mean one thing. Third is still stuck behind Farina. He won't be sending it. Tomaselli is coming in, and so is Hamid. So that'll put Farina back in third. But he might not stay in third comfortably for much longer because Contino will chase after him.
It depends. How much time can Coutinho gain on Britain?
Well, the gap is about 5 seconds, but there's plenty of time to blow back a 5-second gap. Meanwhile, it looks like Protsuk has pulled 9/10 on Chobot, so he's erased all his progress from the last few laps.
You say this is a pit stop battle, but we will see who will win out. Well, not really, because we know who will win out.
Hamid started on the penultimate row, don't forget, or at least I think he did. To be catching the pole sitter is quite impressive. And 6.9 for Tomaselli, obviously he's in front of Hamid. But with those fresh tires, well, he emerged on track. 20 laps of fuel, 7.3 for Hamid, obviously he's behind. Tomaselli is in P8, Hamid P9. Hamid's jumped all these people, look.
Yeah, he
He's
has.
just gonna be in front of Graf narrowly. Oh, cutting it really close. If that stop was half second slower, he'd be behind. But thankfully for his sake, he's not behind. Meanwhile, Curtis, once again trying to overtake Farina into the first corner and once again failing.
Yep, it's not going to be easy for Curtis to overtake Farina because
4.2
Farina is further.
another 3/10. So something is very wrong with Adam Chode. He doesn't seem to be consistent right now, at least not in relation to Protsuk. But look at this in turn 3. Curtis had a look, Farina looked vulnerable, but was able to hold on to the position. 6.6 seconds the gap between Perignan and Quintino. Keep an eye on that gap, as Androli has a major lockup here.
Yep.
And there's turn 6-7 chicane.
Androli's
Androli's in P13 right now, so points appear to be off the table for these guys. And with that lockup, he obviously won't be getting a green second sector. Actually, he did. He did get a green second sector despite that lockup. Meanwhile, Protsuk's last 3/10 are his personal best. But he's continuing to increase the gap to Chobot, so he's found some extra reserves. As now Curtis stacks running into 12, that did not work out. But he definitely tried. He's gonna try again into 1, but if he'll succeed or not, I do not know. Meanwhile, this is why Protsuk was losing so much time. He was being impeded by Watzel. That explains it. Meanwhile, Watzel's teammate might be getting overtaken by Curtis right about now. Let's see.
Nope.
Right about no, I should have said.
How about no?
Well, in any case, we're on board with Protsuk, and thanks to Watzel, he's been able to pull away. Oh! Big crash there! Curtis and Farina have just crashed. It's turn 2, and Curtis has made a similar to his teammate Warson, and he's going to be blocking the track unless that Marshall can push him out of the way very quickly.
What's going to happen here?
The wheels are still out there, though, so
fine.
Through.
Yeah.
Now the wheels are no longer a threat. But what on earth was that?
Yeah.
Protsuk did not have to slow down. Watzel, I think he did. Here, yeah. And Chobot's still unable to lap Watzel. He's losing a lot of time to Protsuk. That could decide the race.
We'll see what happened here. Yep. It's pretty much the same. Oh, and he locked up. Farina locked up.
I'd say it's the same as Gillen's incident, really.
Same as Gillen, but he did lock up.
It's not the same. He did lock up. Yeah,
Yeah, it's not the same, of course.
Of course, it's not the same. I'm just saying, Farina did close the door a little bit. Curtis was a little enthusiastic. He was significantly alongside, though. So I guess it's about a 50-50, but in any case, who cares what it is? Both these guys are not going to be happy with that at all.
Yeah, indeed.
So Norman did avoid, though he had to slow down a little bit. Not like it hurt him much anyway, considering where he was. Perignan, meanwhile, has a 5.5 second advantage, so the gap has gone down by about half a second or so. Meanwhile, Chobot is 4.5 behind. He needs to clear Watzel ASAP, otherwise the race win might be out of his clutches. Did you know he was making great progress on Protsuk until he encountered that traffic?
Yeah, indeed.
Has he cleared Watson yet? He
Oh,
has, yeah.
first, yes.
He's got him now, but he's gonna need to start working on that gap. And rather quickly, I'd say. There isn't much time left in the race. We're into the final third.
Do you believe Roseman Project still has the fastest lap?
Yeah, of course.
He has.
Oh,
Yep.
that'll be 2
Yeah,
extra
it's
points. The
obvious.
gap is 5 seconds. Brodsky lost 2 seconds on this lap though, so Talbot 5.2 behind. He's going to make some major pushes if he wants to catch him. It's looking tricky, but not impossible. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, indeed.
Quintino, meanwhile, in P4.
Oh, he's locked up.
Lock up there into turn 13. That could cost him a little bit. There's just
That's not
4.9
what he
behind
wants.
Perny, and his Hamid is making a move on Tomaselli. Well, he made a move, but I didn't say he was gonna succeed. As look at this, Wallinger has got up to one of the damn cars. He's gonna try to get a point at his home race.
Because Waterson still has to pit
A lock
again.
up for Tomaselli in the last corner, and that's not gonna help his momentum.
Yeah. Good.
Hamid is gonna get a great shot at Tomaselli here. Let's see if he'll be able to get past the pole sitter or not. Into the first corner we go. Watch for Wallinger behind. Hamid's made his move. What about Ben's Wallinger? Can he get through? Yes, he can. I just saw there in the background. He's made that overtake on Kulisic. Or has he? No, Kulisic fought back. I
Yeah.
thought Wallinger had him initially, but Kulisic came back on the exit of the traction, and yeah, good counter.
Yep. Indeed.
Brodsuk meanwhile increased his advantage by 33 tenths, 5.6. It looks like Jobot's morale is pretty much down, and Skip Rose back up at sector 3. It's about the same. I think Jobot has been disheartened being impeached by Watts for so long, and I don't think he'll be able to chase after Brodsuk anymore. What do you think?
Yeah. Don't think so. Don't think it's possible for him.
It all depends on what his morale is like. If he pushes harder, he might be able to catch him. Who knows?
Also, Watterson is right behind Patel, but Watterson does have to pit again.
Don't forget who Patel is. He's the guy Warson hit initially. And speaking of his pit stop, he's gonna pit this lap, and this time Warson overtakes Patel cleanly.
Patel's pretty much racing birds.
Maybe Warson might actually have a shot at points after all, if he can push like an animal in the last few laps.
Yeah. But it won't be easy.
No, definitely not. I'm just saying he might have a chance. Kulasic is not under any attack there this time, as Nguyen is losing time to these guys. He can't catch up to them. Curtis is out, but he's not going to do him any consolation if he can't score any points. 5.3 meanwhile, Chobot is starting to make some inroads. But will it be enough? We'll take a look at Sector 3. What that's like. 1.2 seconds slower. But Broadsuk at 125.80 is set. 5.5, Chobot is not keeping up.
Yep. Look at the bottom Chobot. As that mistake may have cost him the victory.
May very well have indeed. He was gonna hold up Broadsuk for a little longer, I'm sure, and that could have helped him out in this second stint. The gap would have been much smaller, and he would have the advantage. 5.1 in the meantime. I told you he had an edge in sector 1, and he's gained 4 tenths there.
Yeah.
Warson has come in, of course. Where he'll emerge, I don't know. But he'll have a lot of attacking to do if he wants to score a point in this race. Meanwhile, what is the gap gonna be like? We're not gonna see. Warson, meanwhile, emerges right behind Glenn. So it's only 4 places between himself and a point. Can he get some redemption and get back to the points this race after crashing at Dell? We will see. Meanwhile, Graf had a shot at Tomaselli. The Italian has kept him behind about for what is now P8. This also means Hungaroring has to climb one more place to get points at home, but Warson will be charged.
Yeah, exactly. I would predict that Watterson will be very quick now.
Yeah, he could set the
Floor,
fast.
rewind a few
He could be
seconds. The
likely to
gap,
set the
Flo,
fastest
Flo, Flo,
lap. Just
rewind a
like
few
that.
seconds because the gap between the leaders just changed by 7 tenths very rapidly.
Yeah, but the battle for third is getting intense.
It was 4.7 not too long ago, and then Prusik just gained a lot in the middle sector.
8 tenths.
Yeah, we were seeing 4.7, and then updated again, and all of a sudden it was a major change. Look, there's the 4.7 in the top left corner. Then we got that update, and Chobot lost a lot of time out of nowhere.
Could be from the typical final corner or the penultimate corner.
If he could just get sector 3 together, he'd be doing some incredible laps. But as it stands, he's got no chance to catch Russell Project like that. He's doing the last corner in second gear. My goodness.
Would explain it.
It seemed like it was fairly equal.
Well, in any
Oh,
case, we just had
Tomaselli.
from 11. Graf didn't have the shot, but he failed.
Gonna have to see that again. He made a little mistake there.
He almost
That
made the
allowed
trouble
Graf.
mistake, except he kept a few wheels on track.
Yeah. He allowed Graf to have a go, but
Still, he defended the
unfortunately,
position.
didn't.
And look at this,
Yeah.
Tomaselli's gonna have a train on him once again. 5.2 the gap. We'll keep you updated on that. But Chobo needs to gain at least half-second lap if he wants to win this race. Don't forget,
It is a long way
Warston
to go,
and the
but
Gwent could join this train soon enough, depending on how hard Tomaselli wants himself to make himself to overtake.
also he is going to be under pressure from Joe Watterson, by the way. And Watterson should be side by side with him. Yes, he is. I can see on the background.
He's got fresher tires, he should be able to make the move work easily, but he can't. He's gonna have to try turn 2 again. And that could bring some not so good flashbacks. Can he make it work this time? No, he's not even trying.
I'm going to have to give you a FYI. The battle for third getting closer. I think it should be less than a second. Well, it's 1.5 at the
1.5
moment,
seconds.
but yeah.
Meanwhile, Chobot has reduced the gap
Should be
even more.
closer.
It's 4.9 now. He's finally starting to make some progress. Now, that could come on down last sector, we'll see.
Yeah.
5 seconds. So yeah, 4.9. He is making progress, finally, but he's gonna need to make a whole lot more if he wants to win this.
Yeah. Yep, indeed.
Are you
Okay.
sure? So I won't mention it at all. Okay.
Now the gap between Pernin and
4.6.
Quintino, yeah, it's gone down, of course, between the two leaders.
Yeah, it
but
ends. But
yeah,
look at the
8
graph.
tenths.
He's gonna have another shot. Tomaselli into the first corner. Hard on the brakes.
He's
Tomaselli's
through.
locked up. And that clears all the opposition Graf had. Meanwhile, Waldinger's up into the points. He's overtaking
Nope.
Pulisic. This
No.
time, I think he's
No,
made a mistake. No. I spoke too soon again. Where is worse?
Larson.
Meanwhile,
Nope, he can't get the look done on Nigrid.
no. Protzer could be gaining onto these guys soon. He's got Tsunonome not too far out in front, but gap is 4.2. Look at that. Choba's climbed 7. Choba's got 7 tenths in a single lap. Has he finally gotten over his issues with the car?
We will wait and see.
And don't forget, Sector 1 is his speciality. The gap will go down even further here. I think he's got way less drag. And Protzer.
Continue in the background is a lot closer to Pernin.
Here he comes. He's gonna try to break that Virtuosi podium streak, and this is his first opportunity. Will he make it work?
He's quick. Yeah, of course he will get that
Yeah, he's
third
got
place. So yeah,
no opposition. What a great job. Where did he start again? I'm not even sure, but a great drive from Quintino so far.
he started
He's on the podium.
15th.
15th, my goodness me. I think there can be no doubt who gets driver of the day after this race. But in any case, here we have Warson trying to make himself the redeemed of the day, trying to fight for some points, but he still can't get them going.
That's not helping him a lot.
No, definitely not. Into turn 2, he's trying yet again. Van Gogh was wise to cover the door. Meanwhile, Watterson almost made the same error again.
Yep, indeed.
What is the gap between the leaders? Meanwhile, I inquire. Because we are gonna see very shortly what that gap is. But until then... Ah, dang it. Looks like Ferdinand hasn't given up yet though. Look at the minimap. He's still very
Yeah,
close
he's
to
close enough.
Coutinho. This fight ain't over yet. This might be his last hurrah. But let's see if he can make it work and get himself back on the podium. Here he goes, has Ferdinand.
Down
He's
the
not
inside,
giving up
continue
yet, but Coutinho
defense.
defends very aggressively. Coutinho almost goes off the track there. Look, that's how wide he's gone. But Ferdinand's taken back the place, so Coutinho's gonna have to make that move yet again.
Yep, indeed. Ferdinand definitely not giving up on this one. He won't
4.9
give up
looks like
without
trouble
fight.
can't push any further than this.
Oh, there's spots on the track.
The track is
Rain
getting
has
wet.
Yeah,
the rain
track's
did
getting
finally
wet.
arrive. There was a
It's-
30% chance at the 30-minute mark. Looks like the rain is finally here. That means Protsik will hold on to the fastest lap no matter what. If hold on to the race winner, now that is another story because everyone can make mistakes in conditions like this.
Austria
Yeah,
2.0.
Yes.
Except it's not going to be heavy rain.
Yes, yes, that's the thing.
4.5 seconds is the gap, so keep an eye out on that. It can still change plenty. Meanwhile, Warsan, I don't think he'll be taking the news of the rain very kindly, because that will neutralize his first tire advantage.
Well,
Yeah,
Rain is
indeed.
neutralizing it anyway. So
Yeah, of course.
I mean, once he passes him.
yes, sure.
No. Do I think that we should change that once he passes him into an if he passes him?
Yeah.
Sector 3 looks quite damp in the meantime.
Light rain, George.
Like,
Light rain, Gerk. Here goes Wars, another shot into damp turn 2. Well, this might not end well. Well, going goes very wide, but holds on to the place. Ferdinand
just
put 1.4 seconds on Coutinho.
Yeah.
Does the Brazilian have any reserves left in him to go after him?
Ooh,
Big
lock
block
up
up in
in
the left corner in the damp conditions and the drizzle for Nguyen. That's not going to do him any much good.
I would say that the rain is already having some impact, so let's see.
Barson's not making any progress though. He's not going to get a single point like this. He needs to pass this guy.
And it's looking likely he won't be getting points.
No, definitely not. He's not being incisive enough. Maybe it's fear of repeating the Patel incident, but who knows really. And once again, very slow into turn 3. Quintino 1.4 is cut the gap to Ferdinand just a little bit. The fight for third's not over yet. Meanwhile, Angelli is right behind his teammate Wallinger. These two guys have been desperate to overtake Wojtek Kulisevich. Now the truck driver has pulled away a little bit.
It's getting
Yep.
more damp.
Yep, I can see that one. Could have
Obviously.
spray pretty much by the penultimate lap, I assume. Or even lap 39.
Well, in any case, we are going to see some mistakes. Are we going to see any right now? No.
After this, I think 5, yeah.
Already the lap times are impacted by 2.5 to 3.5 seconds.
Yes, we can see.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Quintino is 1.1 seconds down on Perna, so that fight for third definitely still going. Here goes Warrison. Can he finally make that move on Gwen? No, what is he thinking? You got
He's
fresher tires,
braking
man. You gotta go
early,
for it. 5 laps to go. Looks like the leaders could be catching up to these guys soon.
Yep.
Especially if they keep impeding each other like this. What is Thorsten doing? This is not good racecraft. Into turn 4 he's gonna try something, but that's predictably a failure.
Yeah, it's another complete failure. And Coutinho's got the gap down to less than a second. Oh no, it's just still over a second.
He's definitely coming within striking distance, that's for sure.
It looked close on the minimap, but actually he could be less than a second behind. Looking at
Well,
the
if
minimap.
anybody makes a single mistake, it's gonna change a lot of things. Meanwhile, Warson still stuck behind Hamilton. He's running out of time to get points. He need to clear this guy 5 laps ago, and he still hasn't cleared them.
And there's the
There it
spray.
is. There it is.
Pretty
A
much
lot of
his
spray
chance at
now.
points is already gone anyway.
Those last 5 laps are gonna be very, very interesting in the last sector.
Ooh, that is close.
Obviously, with these conditions, Warson can't get the fastest lap anymore either. That's gonna
Of
go
course.
towards 100%.
Let's see what's gonna happen.
Coutinho is just 5 times down. Watch the front straight. He's gonna have a shot. But first, Warson. Will he fail again? Yes, he will fail again, I'm afraid.
Also, one thing I want to mention, I really will try to fix the rain for next season because the drops are not appearing.
Can people hear you or?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh no. Anyway. I think Prince pulled away in the middle sector.
Perhaps so, but Quintino's definitely not done.
Well, when you say
Proxi's
not done,
advantage is 5.4 seconds. Look, Quintino is close. He's catching up.
no places gained. Lol.
And here you said you were gonna die.
Because I'm the imposter. Well, to be fair, I'll die anyway.
You're
I'll
sussy.
I'll die lap 42 with an engine failure and I'll pull over in the final corner. You heard it here, folks.
Larson still can't overtake Nguyen. He's completely stuck. He's not even finding it easy at all anymore. The visibility is pretty terrible in the last sector. And Larson is gonna have to find some confidence on those damn brakes, man.
Those brakes must be cold.
Can you get him now? Quintino meanwhile just 4 tenths behind
No.
Perignon. He's trying yet again.
Oh, he could.
This
he
time
could.
he's actually got him though. 3 laps to go in this race.
The
Or some
traction.
Fazio.
But can you get him around the
We'll
outside?
have the inside. Nguyen holds on.
Yep. Of course.
Meanwhile, Sinonome is being caught up by Protsiuk. Protsiuk will catch him before the end. That could throw a spanner in the works. Meanwhile, Quintino is right behind his Perignon. This fight, I think Quintino expected he'd pass him easily, which he did, then pull away, which he didn't because Perignon came back swinging. Now,
He's closer.
it's round 3, and Gabriel Quintino is laying all chips on the table. He wants that podium. It's going to be the first podium of his career if he can just get in front and get on that podium.
No, he's already got one.
His second podium of his career, forgive me. Well,
What do
it's
you
coming
mean?
right now. He's made the move.
Quote GP2 career, so yeah.
He finished on the podium in Baku, of course. He finished 3rd. Looks
Oh,
like he's
he
set to
finally
finish
got
3rd again.
through. Watterson.
A little late, but he had to dive it at turn 12.
Glenn went wide, of course.
Yeah, and forced error there, really. Meanwhile, Waldninger looks like it's going to be a heartbreak at home. He's not going to get a point. He's been battling with Steve Angelo the entire race. And he is still battling with him. Warson is 7 seconds down on these guys. He ain't catching.
Yep.
Meanwhile, we have 2 laps to go for our race. There was some Protsiuk, and I'm afraid Chobot hasn't been able to catch him. Quite the opposite, actually.
Of course, about further still not over. Close.
What?
What?
Ulos.
Nah, it is over. Of course it is.
Well, in any case, Protsiuk looking tentative right now. I think he knows he doesn't want to take any chances in Onoma. He can afford to see him behind nicely. He'll still win this race. He's only won 1 race in his GP2 career. The one victory came here of all places. and he's going to get his second win here as well in Hungary.
Goes 2 in a row. At this track as well.
Yeah, indeed. And we were joking he might get it yesterday in the qualifying commentary. Looks like he actually is gonna get it, unless something tremendous happens in the last lap. But I think he's managed this race quite well, and he took
Yeah,
advantage of that
indeed.
showboat error and then just managed the gap.
Yep. Indeed.
Meanwhile, Andreoli and his teammate Valdi are entering the penultimate lap of their battle.
The Prima battle.
We're right outside the points for P11, which gives you nothing.
Easy overtake.
Yeah, indeed, he's got him now. But it's not gonna have enough time to catch after chase after Kulisic. Warsen's got the gap to by a second. It's not gonna matter at all. Project has begun the last lap. He's dropped back from Tsunami. He's not trying to overtake him at all. He knows the risks, and he doesn't want to take them. So he's just being judicious about it, which, well, no harm, no foul.
Yes.
But tell you what, this whole thing is gonna be wonderful news for Adam Chobot. He's gonna get himself up to 80 points. He's gonna be just 12 points behind Darren Curtis as things stand. Protsuk will be on 77 points, I believe, in the meantime, so both these guys are gonna make major gains from today's race. Especially considering that the top 3 in the championship are not gonna score at all.
Well, pretty much Chobot, Protsik, Karinen, and Patel are
Yes.
gaining points.
Barnes will get some points as well, but obviously not as much as he did in Austria. But in any case, we should now focus on the man. We called Zorbak the king of Austria. We might have a king of Hungary instead that we're going to have to crown because we got just one sector to go. It was a pretty much error-free race for some Protsiuk. Chobos were sure GK, that didn't deter him. Zorbak being traffic didn't deter him. The rain didn't deter him. And Ruslan Protsiuk won in Hungary last season. He's one corner away from making it 2 in a row. And here he goes. Ruslan Protsiuk has done it again. First win was in Hungary. Second win is right now, once again in Hungary.
Great job by him.
Yeah, fantastic drive. Adam Chobot finishes second, once again on the podium, once again missing out on the win. He'll be happy with that. He'll be back to second in the championship. Gabriel Quintino is going to finish third. He's going to hold on, but we're going to have to wait a while. Henry Watson was involved in that first lap melee, and obviously he's not going to get any points, unfortunately. Neither is Nicholas Zorak, I'm afraid. These guys finished 16th and 17th, respectively. But the next man we're going to talk about has put one hell of a show today with the alternate strategy. Gabriel Quintino has overtaken so many damn people. He's gained like what, 13 places, and he's gonna stand on a very well-deserved podium. 12 places, but it's a podium nonetheless. What an incredible drive for Quintino. Second podium of the season and of his GP2 career. The Virtuosi streak has been broken, the podium streak. It's gonna stay just 4 races, but they do finish 4th and 5th. So the best they could start from podium. Kyle Burns from 19 finishes P6. Attaboy, great drive from Kyle Burns. 4 points finish in a row. Hamid finishes P7. Not bad. Niels Graf will take P8. Lorenzo Tomaselli, the pole sitter, it's been a very tough race for him. He was getting stormed by everybody. But he's going to hold on to 2 points with P9. Wojtek Kulisic takes last point with P10. And Charlie and Valdinger both miss out, I'm afraid. Warsen, unlucky 13th, he just can redeem himself after that contact. If he passed Nguyen earlier, he might have caught these guys, but unfortunately it's just P13 for him. Nguyen 14th, Sinonome 15th, his teammate, and that is already done. Ruslan Protsiuk has won today's race. Great drive. He's won the Hungarian Grand Prix.
Yeah, indeed. Very good job, and a well-deserved win with that pace.
Yeah, absolutely. This should get him up to third or fourth in the championship, one of those two.
Should be
very,
third,
very well
yeah. Yeah, you'll be third in the championship with this.
I think this championship has been blown wide open, especially by today's race, when the front three didn't score for all intents and purposes. And now here we have it. Ruslan Protsiuk is going to take 27 points from today's race. and a very, very well deserved victory. Adam Chobot gave everything he had. These two guys were in a class of their own, so far ahead of the rest of the pack. That one little error from Chobot sealed his fate, really. He couldn't recover from that afterwards. He's finished second. Gabriel Quintino, with an incredible drive, has taken third today. Kudos to him, fantastic. As Perignan misses out on the podium, but he'll be happy to finish in P4 after two races out of the points. We're hoping Perignan finished 11th, he finished 12th, now he's finished 4th, so he's finally back in the points. Patel, he can't continue his podium streak, but it's a top 5 streak, he finished his 5th. Carl Burns, another great drive from 19th all the way up into 6th place. Great drive, P6 for the American. Mohamed Usman Hamid is P7, Dennis Graf in P8. Ernst Tomaselli holds on to P9, though much less than he expected heading into this race, of course. Vojta Kulic P10, Santino Androli P11.
Yep, and the rest of the finishers are Benz Waldingham 12th, Joe Waters in 13th, Hongmin de Green 14th, Patterson and Nome 15th, Remy Watson 16th, Nicholas Sorbeck 17th. Those two finished the lap down, and the non-finishers are Aaron Curtis, Luca Farina, Alex Broston, Max Gillen, and Joseph Fasumi, aka Frederick Suto.
Joseph Frederick Suto, yeah. 4 crashes and 1 engine failure, but now we're going to check the fastest lap and confirmation there. Ruslan Protu got it. Him and Chobot are in a class of their own. Even Morrison on those fresh tires can come anywhere close. But yeah, Ruslan Protuk has won and he's taken the fastest lap. An incredible drive. And in his honor, we are going to ask who is the driver of the day today.
Hamid. Mainly because of strategy, but also Quintino is a good shout as well.
I'm gonna give it to Quintino, actually.
Actually, I am gonna change it. Go for Quintino.
Flo, your vote doesn't matter because you'll be outvoted anyway, but what do you vote for?
I give a veto and say that my vote goes to Quintino.
How is it a
approval.
veto if it's unanimous? But yeah, Gabriel Quintino gets driver of the day today. I don't think there can
Non-biased.
be any doubt about that. That wasn't not the greatest race ever, but it was entertaining all the way to the end. When you say that Quintino
Yeah.
and Perignan Bell kept us on our feet pretty much up until near the end.
Yeah. Indeed.
You might have noticed we skipped something. Don't worry, we are aware. And yeah, in any case, that's been it for today's race. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us. We'll see you next time out in Belgium, where Lorenzo Tomaselli missed out in a sad circumstance on the win last season. He was leading and set to win until he had a mechanical problem, forced him to pit, and pit early, I mean. And yeah, apart from that, that's been it from us today. Tomaselli will be hoping for redemption in Belgium next time out. Prix has taken 2 in a row here in Hungary, so great drive from him. Both himself and Chobot have got themselves right back in the championship contention, and I think they can be any happier about that. But in any case, that's been it from us. Aaron Curry still leads, but his lead has been cut to 12 points, and Gwyn is no longer second, though, so this is anyone's game. What do you think of that statement, Ra?
Yeah, anything can happen. It's literally happening.
Yeah, indeed. But in any case, guys, that's been it from us today. We'll see you again for the next one. Take care and see you around for Spa. Bye bye.
Bye.